You are going to want to hear what Bianca Belair just said about the drama between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, because in today's video, we're going to be deep diving into the interesting comments made by none other than the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair, regarding the tension and, dare I say, the drama between Charlotte Flair and the prettiest of them all, Tiffany Stratton. Now, they've been heating up on SmackDown in recent weeks, and now Bianca Belair is offering her own perspective on the clash of generations of personalities. Get ready for some potentially explosive insights as we break down Bianca Belair's comments. Let's go. Now, over the last several weeks, we have seen tensions rise between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. Things have gotten absolutely heated and absolutely real. The blurring of the lines between fiction and reality, well, they're out the window because this is a full-blown feud. Tiffany Stratton thrown shots. Charlotte Flair has thrown shots. These two have gone at it. Now, up until the April 4th episode of SmackDown, where, well, things went off the rails, they had done things to start heating up momentum, right? Charlotte Flair, she returns from hiatus after missing all of 2024, wins the 2025 Royal Rumble, and earns herself a championship opportunity at WrestleMania 41. She picks Tiffany Stratton, a match in which I think most people wanted to see, a match in which both stars have pushed for years. Tiffany Stratton has talked about in the past that she grew up being a Charlotte Flair fan. The fact that Charlotte Flair was in the business is why she got herself into the business. So a lot of emotions here between these two stars. And they had done a brawl segment where Tiffany Stratton famously jumped off a barricade onto a bunch of agents or producers or referees or security or whatever the case may be. We also had the infamous sit-down interview where most people felt that Charlotte Flair absolutely dominated and buried the conversation. Okay, we had that segment. That was interesting as well. And then we had the April 4th episode of SmackDown, the one in which everyone is talking. Look, Charlotte Flair, she was flustered by the fans. They had no interest in hearing what this woman had to say. None whatsoever. And they did not want her to get a word in. And so they kept booing and making noises throughout this promo segment, and she was flustered. She didn't know what to do. She was thrown off, and she honestly panicked. This is something which Charlotte Flair's done in the past. Now, I've never spoken in front of 10, 15,000 people before, so I can't say that I would do necessarily anything different. So I can't really criticize her for absolutely having a meltdown. However, I can appreciate the fact that she did not like the fact that Tiffany Stratton was taking some serious shots at her. She brought up her past history in terms of marriages, being 0-3, and Charlotte Flair tried to mock her for the way that she speaks and the high-pitched tone in her voice. She claimed that Ludwig Kaiser was in her DMs, which is absolutely not the case. So it's been a lot. It's been a large talking point, right? So, while appearing on Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, Bianca Belair was asked about the segment between Charlotte Flair and Tiffany, and this is what she had to say. In wrestling, you'll never know what's going to happen. That is what's really cool about wrestling. That's what makes it entertaining. You never know when the lines are being blurred or when what happened in the ring, it caused a conversation online and brought more eyes to what's happening. I feel like more people are going to be tuned in to what's happening at WrestleMania. Whatever the beef they have inside or outside the ring, they're going to settle it at WrestleMania, and we'll be locked in watching. That is perfect. That is said. That covers everything. Yes, there is fiction. Yes, there is reality. And then there is the line, right? You are taking everything that works in pro wrestling. Hey, we have this person who's likable. Hey, we have this person who we don't like. Oh, they have a personal beef. Who's going to win? I don't know. Let's find out. And that's what we're getting. It's perfect. It's simple telling. Now, in terms of the beef in and out of the ring, yeah, there's a lot of beef. And I actually feel bad for Tiffany because it's like we always hear you don't want to meet your heroes, or don't meet your heroes, rather, because they'll disappoint you. I think Tiffany Stratton has found this case in point. It's interesting that she looked up to Charlotte Flair, who I'm sure she's a nice person to family and friends, but she does not come across as a likable person, just in my opinion. I think she's an amazing athlete. Like I said, I don't know her personally. She could be the nicest person ever. It's just the way that she comes across does not come across as a likable person. So interesting that she looked up to her. But if you are Tiffany Stratton, who is trying to get into the wrestling business, if you're going to look up to anyone and try to mimic them, both as an in-ring performer, as a promo, as a character, as a heel, Charlotte Flair is definitely one you'll want to. Like, look, whether you like her or you don't, Charlotte Flair is one of the best heels in the history of the wrestling business. She's one of the greatest female wrestlers, period. Right? Not only she has the strongest promo game, but like her character work, her in-ring prowess, her ability in this word circle, bar none, she's one of the tops. She'll go down as a GOAT in terms of women's wrestling. That's a discussion for another day. So I think if you look at what Tiffany Stratton, what Charlotte Flair brings to the table, that is what helped build this match. Because, like, if you go back to it, Charlotte Flair returns. We all know she was going to win Royal Rumble, right? And we were hoping, hey, let's get Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton. We've seen Charlotte and Rhea before. Been there, done that, saw that. Let's move on. Okay? They've had 2 WrestleMania matches in the past. They'll have another one, if not 2, in the future because they're 2 top stars. Not only the women's division, but in WWE in general. We've seen that. We've been down that road. Let's move on kind of thing. And so you go, oh, okay. Now we have this dream match, a match we've never seen before, a match in which fans have called for because both stars look alike, they act alike, they're both top-tier heels. This is a new match. And more importantly, we understand Charlotte Flair is likely going to go over. But what if Tiffany Stratton does go over? What if she shocks Charlotte Flair? What if she shocks the WWE fan base? What if she pulls off one of the biggest upsets in the history of the wrestling business? That's what she has the opportunity to do at WrestleMania. It's something in which I think people need to look at. They need to look towards. They need to see, oh, okay, this is much, much bigger. This is something in which you can really, really get behind. And I think that's what WWE sees. And I think that's what WWE wants. And that's something in which you should. Because, look, if Tiffany Stratton does not beat Charlotte Flair, and I do not envision her beating Charlotte Flair, you have a real opportunity, regardless of losing, to make Tiffany Stratton into a big-time star. Winning a match with Charlotte Flair, massive for Tiffany Stratton. Going out there and going toe-to-toe with Charlotte Flair, it's also massive. So it's a win-win either way. I like the way that WWE has really put the fuel to the fire in recent weeks. But at the end of the day, Tiffany Stratton, she's going to be around for a while. She recently said in a Gorilla Position podcast interview that she's going to be having 10, 15 WrestleManias from now. She's only 25. I don't know if she'll have that many, but she's definitely going to be a star for this company for years to come. And I look forward to seeing what she's able to do. Hey, you thought we were done here. No. One quick thing. If you would, let me know your thoughts on this video. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did I get wrong? What did I get right? I'd love to hear your voice down below. Thanks for watching, y'all.